the tunnel. Check the stats. The clock is ticking. Welcome to the show. Check the pulse. Feel the heat. Every blade of grass, every heart in the seat. 22 men, but there's only one crown. We don't come to play, we come to shut it down. Calculated movement, precision in the strike. Turn the volume up. Flicker on the light. We're under the lights, yeah. We're chasing the glory. 90 on the clock. We're writing the story. 0 to 100. Never looking back. Line 'em up, break 'em down. Stay on the attack. This is the moment. This is the stage. Flip the script. Yeah, we're turning the page. Yeah. Ice in the veins when the pressure gets heavy. Ball in the back, keep the front line steady. One touch, one shot, one chance to be great. History is calling, don't leave it to fate. From the first whistle till the final scream. Living for the badge, dying for the dream. Game over, but the grind never stops. See you on the pitch, pay the silence. Till under the lights, yeah, tasting the glory. 90 on the clock, we're writing the story. 0 to 100, never looking back. Line 'em up, break 'em down, stay on the attack. This is the moment. This is the stage. Flip the script. Yeah, we're turning the page. Yeah. Whoa! I disappoint, but the grind never stops. See you on the pitch. Break the silence. Keep turning the page. Woo!
Oh my lord, what a match that was. I went through so many emotions, so many feelings, but Chelsea managed to get a win some way, somehow against Wrexham. But it wasn't easy, from red cards to offside calls. Um, absolutely, absolutely disgraceful team selection. And I have to say it now, Liam Rosenior got it wrong. The team was absolutely disgraceful to start with. I never want to see Tosin or Badiashile ever play for Chelsea ever again. Those two players are useless. We need to get better centre backs. Absolutely disgraceful. Tosin and Badiashile are not footballers. They're absolutely disgraceful. Oh, I don't know. We'll have to see who we're gonna face in the next round. Absolutely disgraceful performance from that defense. And as I said, Liam Rosenior got it wrong. Absolutely got it wrong. So, Chelsea can call themselves lucky. Wrexham weren't even excellent, but they looked like they wanted the win. They wanted to get the result. And they fought hard. They did everything to try to win the game, but it just never happened for them. So yeah, it's I don't know, man. I'm kind of lost for words. Honestly, this is absolutely disgraceful. Yeah. Anyways, it's just trying to find the statistics so I can look at it. But I'm absolutely disgraced by this, honestly. Thank you to those who are tuning in, though I appreciate the support. But my word, what a disgraceful performance. Oh my gosh, man. My lord, man. What a disgraceful performance. Chelsea got lucky, man. Chelsea got so lucky. Wrexham completely rattled. But I just can't get beyond that starting 11. It was absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Um, yeah, I'm just lost for words, honestly. Oh, jeez, man. Oh my lord, man. What was that? I'm so traumatized, man. I'm so absolutely traumatized. Anyways, so I'm just gonna share this now. Thank you to the people tuning in. Drop a like on the stream, share the stream if you haven't already. So, as you see in the title, Garnacho and Pedro saved Chelsea because it's that's exactly what happened. They saved Chelsea. So I'm gonna use ChelseaPerspective.com to do this. I'm just gonna do this so that I can share this. Okay, I should be able to see that perfectly, All right, good. So you can see Smith with the goal for Wrexham in the 80th minute. Chelsea got a goal back in the 40th minute. Garnacho attempt, but it goes off the defender's foot, and it is deemed an own goal as well. So yeah. Just looking at the poll, so we have 2 votes so far. 50% says Garnacho is the man of the match, and 50% also says Hato is the man of the match. So interesting. I want to see what happens as you progress through the rest of the stream, what people will say in terms of who is the man of the match. But yeah, absolute disgraceful performance, man. That defense was absolutely garbage. Oh my gosh, man. I'm still this. I don't know what to say, man. Honestly, I don't know what to say. My gosh, man. Right, so just trying to share the stream, see if anybody wants to join, just in case. Nonetheless, let's move on. Let's move on. Can't just be here doing that. So back to this. So we know that Garnacho created a chance, own goal given. Um, Game was very poor. Uh, Wrexham had chances. They looks like they were going to get a goal as well. But Josh Achingpong, well, I beg your pardon, I missed one thing. So Dole, is it Dole? Um, gets the goal for Wrexham to make it 2-1 at the time. Achingpong responds 4 minutes later, so Chelsea are not behind for long in comparison to when they actually conceded the first time. And then, of course, before there was that break to start extra time, Dobson gets a red card. And it's now 10 men Wrexham versus Chelsea with the score being 2-2. So we go into extra time. We know this part, you see it. Garnacho scores 6 minutes in. Izugo with a beautiful cross, and Garnacho strikes the ball so powerful that it goes into the net and comes back out, hitting the back of the net and bouncing right back out of the goal. And of course, we see that procedure happening, that proceedings happening as well. The game continues. Wrexham have chances. Wrexham did score a goal. Goal gets disallowed. and then JOAO Pedro scores with essentially the last kick of the game, or last action of the game, and Chelsea win 4-2. But yeah, as I said, the game was absolutely disgraceful. Disgraceful performance from Chelsea. Chelsea got lucky, man. Chelsea did not deserve to win that game, but they got the win. They got lucky and they got the win. I'm very much puzzled. Excuse me. I'm extremely puzzled as to why Rosenior and the coaching staff believe that it was the best decision to start two liabilities in that defensive area of the field. The two centre backs that started in Badishil and Tosin is setting up for. It's like going to war with two butcher knife. You try. What are you going to do? They can't cut through anything. They can't do anything good. It's a useless pairing, and we saw that mistakes happen because of how poor they were. And I don't know, man. I don't know what was going on through the head of the coaches and Liam Rosenior when they decided that that is the best starting 11. It was heavily rotated, absolutely nonsensical. Don't understand that decision, but nonetheless, it's a decision that they took. Of course, the substitutions having to come into full effect and trying to change the game, and so said, so done. They're able to find a way to save the situation, save the scenario, and it's. I don't know, man. I'm absolutely just disgusted by what I saw, man. Absolutely disgusted. Absolutely pissed off as well. I felt as if I wasted my time watching that game. But yeah, Chelsea get lucky. Chelsea get lucky. That's all. We can be very grateful for that. Chelsea got very lucky because, my word, if that was a more competent opponent, there's no way they're winning that game. It probably would have been trashed as well. Nonetheless, as I said, Chelsea get the win, so that's all that matters. But my word, absolutely disgraceful performance from Chelsea. Absolutely disgraceful. All right, so my word. Big up to you, Ray. Ray says we deserve to lose. We deserved to lose. Yeah, I mean, based on that performance, can't argue with that. If I was shocked we won that game because that performance was absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful performance from the team. From start to finish, disgraceful performance. But Chelsea got the win. So I ain't gonna complain about that. Of course, I want to see Chelsea win a cup competition, and they have a chance too because they've not been eliminated. But my word, that was a hard watch. Absolutely hard watch, man. So looking at the poll, we have 67% saying Garnacho is the man of the match. And we also have 33% saying Hato. No Pedro so far. But do the poll, like, share the stream if you haven't already, people. It goes a very long way. We're trying to get closer and closer to 5,000. Let's try to get the likes up, and please share the stream if you haven't already. Thank you very much. But yeah, man, as I said, it was an absolutely hard watch. Absolutely hard watch. But Chelsea got away, man. Chelsea got lucky. Chelsea got away. And yeah, man, my word, man, absolutely disgraceful performance from the team. Oh, bloody hell, man. Oh, Jesus, man. Right, so just trying to just rectify some issues here. Um, Not sure what's going on here, but there's just having some technical difficulties with this. Bear with me, guys. Just trying to Sort this out. I'll be right back. I'm trying to rectify something. All right, so my apologies. Just had some technical difficulties there. I'm not sure what's going on today, but there's having a lot of technical difficulties. But we move, we move. We're back in business. I'm just taking a look at the poll again. So 67% saying Garnacho, and 33% saying that Hacho is the man of the match. Fair play, fair enough. Just trying to see what else I can do here. But yeah, I'm just going to look at. I'm going to try to look at the statistics now. I'm going to go back to the Chelsea Perspective website to utilize that thing to see what's going on here. So we look at the statistics. So Wrexham had 33% of the ball as expected. Chelsea had 68%, 19 shots from Wrexham, 20 from Chelsea, 5 on target for Wrexham, and 6 from the 20 that Chelsea had on target. 92% passing from Chelsea and 79% from Wrexham. 9 corners for Chelsea, Wrexham, and 4 for Chelsea. 11 fouls for Wrexham and 6 for Chelsea. So that's the basics for right here. So we have that aspect there. I'm going to go over to FootMob now and take a look at something with a more precise sort of data. So I'm going to share this tab instead. Perfect. Take this off. Not sure why it's there. Right, so let's look at this. JOAO Pedro came on. He scored the last goal, last touch of the game as well. So he's now on, if I'm not mistaken, that puts JOAO Pedro on how many goals for the season? How many? I need to check that out. How many goals has has JOAO Pedro scored for Chelsea in all competitions after so he scored 18 goals. So he's 2 of 20 goals, man. So that's wow. Wow. Or is it 19? Is it 18 or 19? I'm so confused. So he has 4. That's not true, man. He has more than that. I know that for a fact. I don't know what's going on here. Let me check something out here. I'm going to see if this will let me know how many goals he has. I'm going to just do some quickly because I know for a fact that it has to be 18 goals or something like that. Surely. So before I go back to the stats, I'm going to do something quickly because I need to check out something. You can see the ratings, how poor they are. Just see there, he didn't have much. Didn't get the chance to do much. So let me check the stats. So he scored 1 goal in this, but that's not what I'm looking for. Play profile. Okay, I didn't mean to do that, but I guess we move. So he has a contract until 2033. He's 24 years old. He'll be 25 in September of this year. So 14 goals in the Premier League, 5 assists. So that's 14 goals, 5 assists. Match stats, he scored today. We know that part. That's what I'm looking for. Trying to see if I can find his statistics overall. But I'm not seeing that though. You know what? Let me try Steve Chelsea perspective. If the Chelsea perspective app has it. Let's see if I can find here. So forwards, JOAO Pedro. Let's see. Okay, so 18. Okay, perfect. So he has 18 goals. So I was right. He has 18 goals and 6 assists in 39 appearances. That's not bad, you know. 14 in the league. He has some in the Champions League and he has one in the. I think he has one in the FA Cup as well. So at least one. Not sure how much he scored in the FA Cup, but that's 18 goals and that's not bad at all for him. So let's go back to looking at this. I want to look at the ratings that FootMob gave. So I'll be back to that right now. So let's go to this statistics. Back to this tab. So 19 total shots according to this. FootMob says 19 total shots for Wrexham still, but unlike the Chelsea Perspective website, it says 21 shots for Chelsea. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's interchangeable. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But let's see. Go back over to this. Decent game. You think it was a decent game, SK? Wow. So many of our players are not even decent game. I don't know about saying decent game. It was a game full of drama, yes, but I don't know if it was a decent game. It was very lackluster, very lackadaisical. It was 50-50, especially in that extra time period. But Chelsea were the luckier. But fair enough, I respect your opinion. I just don't. I wouldn't say decent game though. I think the game was very stressful. For Chelsea fans who actually care about winning a trophy this season. But yeah, man. Go back to this now. So going down here, I look at the ratings. I don't care about anything else. I want to see what this says. So Garnacho 8.7, Dario Zugo 8.5, Pedro Neto 8.3, Callum has 8.3, Lewis O'Brien 8.1, Josh Achingpong 8.1, Toasting 7.7. Okay, fair enough. Santos 7.6, JOAO Pedro 7.6. That's odd. How is Toasting getting a higher rating than JOAO Pedro? Anyways, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Then you have Sam Smith. 7.5. Benoit Badiashile 7.3. George Thomason 7.3. Then we also have Zach Vianier 7.0. Josh I'm not going to say that part. 6.9. Mamadou Sarr 6.8. Liam Delap 6.7. Joao Hato 6.7. Nathan Broadhead 6.7. Marco Correa 6.7. Romeo Lavia 6.5. Ryan Longman 6.3. George Dobson 6.3. Malagusto 6.3, Robert Sanchez 6.2, Jesse Derry 6.2, Max Cleworth 6.2, Lewis Braun 6.1, Kafir Moore 6.1, Ryan Barnett 6.0, Dominic Hayam 5.9, Oliver Rathbone 5.9, Mark Dew 5.8, and Arthur Okonkwo. Is that Okonkwo? Okonkwo. I'm just gonna call him Arthur because I don't be butchering his name. Drop a like on the stream, please, and share the stream if you haven't already. Bring you in. I don't see you on the panel, so I don't. Okay, I don't know how. Let me. I will send the link here, and I'm gonna delete it after. So just look. Here's the link. SK, if you still want to join, let me know when you're going to join, so I can delete it after that. Yep. Nightbot is finally working now. I don't know where Nightbot was before. So we have 4 votes now. 75% says Garnacho, and Hatso gets 25% in terms of that part. Interesting. All right, so yeah. So I've sent the link. Let's see if SK will join, so I can have another person's opinion, because right now I have nothing else to say on this game. Honestly, I just have nothing much to say, to be honest. I don't. All right, so I just heard a bloom sound. I'm taking that's Mighty. Let me delete the link now. All righty. Well, big up Mighty. How are you doing, man?
Big up, Ty. How you doing, man?
Yeah. Sorry. Hold on, let me turn my volume.
Can you hear me?
I'm not hearing you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I just wanted to give my thoughts on the game. It was I would say maybe 6 out of 10 game. Not really the best or even average. It was not that good. Not a good game, really. But what do you think of it?
Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying that I don't know, man. After that game, I don't want to ever see Tosin and Badiashile play for Chelsea ever again. Absolutely disgraceful performance from them. They made mistakes galore. It was just, I don't know, man. It was just disgraceful, man. I don't know, man. Rosenior got the starting 11 wrong. He rotated way too heavily. Not even having Caicedo or somebody on the bench was absolutely disgraceful. But Chelsea got the win. But I don't know, man. For most of that game, based on that performance, I don't think Chelsea deserved to win. But they got the wins. That's all that matters.
I wouldn't say we didn't deserve to win, because maybe the second half maybe so, but the first half I think it was kind of 50-50. They sat back. I think it was 70 to 30 ball possession. They didn't even try an attack. They played very defensively. Like for me, I don't credit teams that sit back. Regardless of how the opposition, how superior the opposition team is. Like Chelsea is way more in terms of finances and players and all the accolades, way bigger than Wrexham. But still, they sat back. They did a lot of if most of their goals were really counter attacks, and it wasn't really 50-50. It was more so 60-40. So I wouldn't say we didn't deserve to win. I would probably say a draw would probably deserve to get a draw out of this game, based off of how Wrexham played. If the game was, like the Arsenal game, half and half, and if they attacked more, played more offensively, then I would say, yeah, 100%. We deserve to lose. They deserve to win, regardless of the result. But I think he made how many changes did he make? I think he made 9 changes, right, from the first team, Rosenior. I think that's
Um,
right.
I know, and I think that's probably right. Because I know Garnacho, of course, played against Aston Villa. I know. Obviously, Neto is a addition. Yeah. I think that's right. Hato, and Garnacho, the only players that actually played started against Villa that started today. So it would be nine changes. Sanchez came in for Jorgensen. The defense was completely different, barring Hato. Midfield as well, and the attack was of course different except for Garnacho.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that kind of highlights my point in terms of like I guess the game was not it did like this terrible performance, this bad performance. It didn't come from our A team, you know. It didn't come from the strong squad, the strong 11, our strongest 11. So you can probably, push it to the side and say, oh, okay, it was just the B team and we were missing some of our better players. That's why it was really just very rough. Um, but I do agree. I think Tosin and Badiashile, I think they need to go. They need to be sold in the summer. Get them out of here. Like just honestly, I can't stand those two players. Really, I don't even know why they decided to buy them. I don't know how much they spent on them, but it was a lot of money they could have used on different things. Different.
Well, I know for Tosin, he was a free age, he was a free agent, so they probably paid for was it signing on fee. But so if they're selling, they get a profit based on anything because they didn't have to buy him from Fulham. He was a free agent, which to me, not everybody's like Silva, who's a free agent, and when he comes in, he delivers. I think you should have looked at the fact that he left Fulham. He was a free agent. Why was he a free agent? Why did nobody else come in for him?
Right, right. But why was Chelsea the only team willing to take him? There was no competition for him. Unless you can say
Yeah.
Delap had competition. Like Man United wanted him. I think was it Newcastle or Tottenham? One of those teams wanted him as well. There was some kind of competition for Delap, you know. But Tosin, Bedishile, are panic. I think those were like the panic buys during the first stages of the new ownership. Whenever Bowley was doing all the craziness and buying all kinds of players, throwing money here and there. Um, but yeah, I think they should go. They're not good enough to be in the B team, or even just be used to rest any other players. Like the like if you wanted to rest Fofana or Cowell, you can't even use Tosin because once he comes on the pitch, it's gonna be a mess. It will be a deficit. He's gonna do something crazy. And then Sanchez as well. Sanchez, I think he needs to be. We need a goalkeeper after this season. We need to replace him as well. I don't know how you feel about him, but I think he's one of those. I think his time has come, and we need like by next season we should be challenging for the title, and we shouldn't be back here top four again, just struggle bus. So yeah, I think Badiashile, Tosin, Sanchez, those three for me, they have to go, like must.
Oh, I think we have Mike Penders to come in, and I think he's been doing okay-ish at Strasbourg. So I don't know. We have goalkeeper. It's not like we don't have goalkeepers. No, it's about a lot of people wanting ready-made goalkeepers, but we have goalkeepers. We have Penders. We have Salina, who I don't know if he's gonna be staying at Chelsea. In the near future. Jorgensen is in terms of ball playing. He's not bad, but shot stopping is where the problem lies. He's not the greatest shot stopper, but at the same time, in terms of his age, he's also on the younger side. He's very young in terms of for goalkeepers, because goalkeepers can go up to 40 and all that. So in terms of his age, he's what, 24, I think. Let me just do a quick check. But I know he's young,
Yeah,
definitely young.
Mm-hmm.
He's 23. 23. He's gonna be 24 next month. So yeah, he's very young. So we do. But I don't know, man. I don't see it happening though. I still feel we may go for a goalkeeper, but at the same time, there's mixed reports saying that they believe in Mike Penders for the future because he's very tall. They say he's the next Kurt Swa. So I know a lot of people are they're very they're very much raving a lot of compliments and belief in him. So I don't know, but yeah, Sanchez is very shaky as well, ball playing. So I don't know, man. Chelsea have a lot of rebuilding to do, but definitely I don't. I think we have to sell Badiashile and Tosin. I was hoping that Badiashile would be able to turn his career at Chelsea around, but I don't know, man. It's just I've lost patience now. Honestly, I can't keep watching him play.
Have you ever seen Buddy Shile since he signed for Chelsea? Have you ever seen him slide tackle to stop like a counter attack or to make a challenge? Have you ever seen him like slide tackle? Because I have never
He
seen him
he
do that.
he has he has, but it's a rarity. That's the thing. He does it, but it's a rarity. Or if he slide tackles, it's not. Well, I don't know. It's very rare. I can remember him doing some good slide tackles to block shots in the past, but it's not something that he does commonly. That's the thing. So
He
I
never
don't know,
he
man.
never
It's just
right. He never goes to the ground. Like he never goes for
yeah,
a challenge. Like like that goal
yeah.
they scored, the first goal they scored, Wrexham. He had the opportunity to slide tackle and stop the counter, but he was waiting for Sanchez. Like you can see briefly when they show the goal. Bereshita, he's running towards Sanchez, but then he hesitates a little bit. He thinks, oh, Sanchez is gonna get to it when he is supposed to be the first person to stop the counter, and he's level on with the striker, with the opposition striker, and he can't. He's not willing to go down. Just slide tackle, get the ball out. It's very simple, but he can't do the simplest things. The simplest football things he can't do it. The basics. And I've been watching football for a
Mhm.
very long time. I've seen so many centre backs. I've seen different profiles. He is he's not comparable to anyone really. I've never seen a centre back like him. Maybe there are many out there, but I've never seen a very good, like high class, top tier centre backs who play the way he does. I've never seen that. So yeah, he needs to go. He needs to really go. He's young too. He's a young centre back as well. How old is he? I think he's what, 24, 22, 24. He's young too.
Um, man, yeah, he's 24. He's gonna be 25 later this month. The thing is with Buddy Shield as well, and one of the reasons why I was being hopeful that maybe things could turn around is because of the fact that although he's been here for I think at least 3 seasons, um he's not been fit for a lot of those seasons. So I'm saying that yeah, he's been at the club for a while, but in terms of playing and being able to develop his capabilities, it's not the case because he hasn't been around for a lot of the seasons, or a large part of the seasons. So that's the next thing. I don't know, man. It's just crazy, man. I'm just trying to see if I can find this thing because I just I was looking for the quotes for Rosenior's post match. Um,
I was hoping a Savao would be available for this game, but Looks like he's not ready yet. I think we would have probably won the game in the maybe first half, maybe the 75th minute, 80th minute. We wouldn't
Mm.
need to like. There wouldn't be a need for extra time, stoppage time. There wouldn't be any need for that. But because we have Neto, who really, I don't know if you noticed, but he has been really poor lately. He's not himself, and you know me, I don't really rate Neto to be that guy. I rather see I see a Savao as the like the talisman. He will be the talisman for Chelsea. He will be the guy. He's gonna be the Salah or the one player we can really rely on when it comes to counter attack. When it comes to offensively. Yeah, Garnacho and the other guys are they're not on that level. Um, I think only Neto is more. He's well defined. He's got the most experience out of all the wingers, and he's really poor. He's unwatchable. Yeah. So I think he will probably have how long is his season? I think how many seasons does he have on his contract? How many years? I think one more year, right?
Who? Sorry, who?
Neto, Pedro Neto.
Neto. Oh, let me use this to check it out because I know for a fact that this is probably have it. It's probably
I
going to be
think
in midfielders. I'm assuming forward. Okay. Well, I could have sworn I saw it here. Or am I losing my mind?
it's maybe less than 2 years.
Um, I think I saw something about 2027 at one point. Let me check. Let me use this instead because I don't know what's going on with this thing. Oh no 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 no! Actually, 2031. Wow. So he actually has around 5 years left on his contract. So, wow.
Pedro Neto,
Unless he signed an extension.
really? Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, Pedro Neto. Yeah, that's not good. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's funny.
That's not good, man. He is not improving. I guess he can be a bench player. He can be like a strong substitute. I was hoping just maybe 1 year or 2 years so they can sell him um and get an upgrade. But
But the strange thing is though, in the club World Cup, he was arguably our best player. So it's kind of odd. And the thing is, offensively, you can get sometimes you get the best out of him, and then defensively he can do a lot. I think he's the only winger that we have that really tries to be like that defensive wing back or that attacking wing back, I should say. Where he drops and do the defensive work and be like a wing back. He's the only one that I see try to do the dirty work. But yeah, he's not really been doing the greatest. But I mean, I don't know. You don't know who you get from sometimes from you don't know who you're gonna get from Neto sometimes. Sometimes he's the best player in the attack, and sometimes he's the worst. Um,
he's
I
not
don't know,
consistent.
man. It's just
For a player like him, he is not consistent enough. He cannot play 5 6 games on the
Mhm.
on like one on the same standard. You know, he has to drop off always. He's gonna give you a very strong game, like he's gonna perform really well, and then the next game is he's gonna be visible, or he will give you maybe 5%. He will give you maybe 50% effort, and then on the third by the third game, he's useless basically. He can't do anymore. He's very inconsistent, and if we as if we want to challenge for the Premier League, we need consistent players. We need to win a lot of games. We need wingers who are attacking always, offensive minded, attack driven. Garnacho is actually a good example. As much as he's very loose with his touches, and whenever he's on the ball, it's like, oh, is he gonna, what is he gonna do? It's always a question mark with Garnacho. But he's a very direct winger. He's not quick to cross or look up and just look for a runner. He's more like, okay, give me the ball, I'm gonna make something happen. That's the kind of wingers we need. That's the kind of mentality we need, right? And we for the next 5 years, if we have Neto on the wing, I'm sorry, but we're not gonna touch that Premier League. We're not winning no titles with that. I have to really raise my hands on this one. Like you can have Estevao playing, giving you maybe 40, 50 GA every season, but it's not gonna be enough because you need 11 players to win you the Premier League. You need every freaking game. You need 11 strongly, highly motivated players. You can't just do it by one player. And if Neto is gonna be here for that long, it's really hopeless. Unless we buy, unless he becomes a substitute or B team player, and then we get a player just like Estava maybe. I heard Kunda is it Kunda? Kunda's good.
Giovanni
Similar,
Quino.
yeah, him. He's similar profile, something like that.
He can play as a wing back as well, so you get the same sort of situation that you have with Neto. Because I still believe Neto is one of those players that he does that defensive, that he tries to do the defensive work. He's the only winger that we have that you can expect to be running up and down the field try to do defensive work as well. So that's the thing with him too.
Yes, that's good, right? That's a positive. But when he does that, let's say he gives you that stability, the defensive stability. Now, what about the attack? Like, what about goals? Is he gonna be there? Like when today he made I think he helped a few times, but then he got the ball and he wasn't able to really give much offensively. It was really in the first half. He was nowhere. I don't think he did anything. So as much as he's doing the dirty work and all that good stuff, he's not really doing his job as a winger. And also, I think Reece James, when Reece James is playing that role, Neto doesn't need to track back as much because Reece will find him all the time. Whenever I guess he has to come back, but and defend and help the team, but he doesn't have to do it as much as um, as the maybe the opposition would do, because you have to one of the wingers constantly have to be attacking, like defend, yes, but you have to be goal driven. You have to whenever you get the ball, like the ambition should be, I'm gonna go score, or I'm gonna run through this defense. I'm gonna give an assist. But with Neto, it's really very flimsy. It's almost like he doesn't really care. Really, just he can't be bothered. Really, I don't know. His energy, his vibe. I don't know. I don't really like it. He's not gonna be there for us for too long. And I hope Rosenior sees it. I hope they back him and give him better wingers, goal machines. We need goal scorers, 15, 20 goal wingers. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think futures, like thinking of the future. Yeah, I wouldn't include Neto in it really for me.
Interesting.
I'm
I know
I'm
lots
being
of I
honest.
know that a
I
lot of
wouldn't
people.
include
I know
Neto
lots of people
on that
will
roster. He wouldn't be there.
disagree with that.
A lot of players wouldn't be on there, but he's one of the ones I have a personal agenda against.
You have an agenda. Wow, that's
But yeah,
oh
as soon as possible, really.
wow, wow.
But what do you think of Gittins? What do you think of Gittins?
Gittins is very raw. He's a very raw player. Um, I'm seeing
I think your
glimpses
mic
that
is
he
off.
can
I can't hear you.
get better. Are you hearing me now? Hello. Yeah, my mic is okay. I don't know what's going on because I can hear myself you on in the YouTube thing. You not hear me? Hello, Mighty.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's going on. I can't hear you, buddy.
Ah,
Maybe it's me. Hold on.
are you still not able to hear me? Ah.
Okay, good, good. I can hear you now. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Right. So I was saying that with Gittins that he's a raw player, but I'm starting to gradually see him do better. Um, I think he picked up an injury at a bad time because right now the competition is kind of slow. I mean, Garnacho has been doing slightly better in the last two games, but at the same time, his decision making is still very shaky. So I think in terms of that, he should be able to do a lot. He can probably do a lot better in terms of that sense of having a say into if he can really turn his fortune around at Chelsea. But he's still very young, and I've been saying these players are very young still and all that. But the reality is they need time. He has to adapt from coming from the Bundesliga, and of course he's English, and a lot of people thought that he's from England, so therefore he should be able to do way better. But the reality is that's not always the case. Oh my word! Did City come back? Oh my word! City have come back. It's 3-1. Wow! 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 Anyways, um,
I think they'll be
okay.
there.
Oh man. So we'll have to get either City or an Arsenal. I have a feel we're gonna get Arsenal though. I have a feel we're gonna get Arsenal though.
If we get Arsenal,
Just
I
have
don't
a
think I'm gonna
feeling.
watch. I don't think I'm gonna watch that game if we get Arsenal. I would just really.
Oh
I'm not gonna
no.
watch that game.
Oh no. Okay, so Rosenior's press conference has come out now. Let me see the quotes of the press conference, I should say, or his post-match interview. This is from Garnacho first, though. So it says, incredible win. I think it was one of the hardest games of the season so far, and I think it was one of the worst performances of the season as well. He didn't say that, but I'm just saying that. We are proud and we are in the next round. Well, you're proud of that performance. I don't know about that. You can be proud that you won, but I don't know about being proud of that performance. He continued and said, I think it was a great goal and a great pass from Dario. I am really happy. These games are different. You have to fight, and the opposition played really good. So that's what Garnacho had to say. Wrexham boss Phil Parkinson said, "I'm very pleased with the way we acquitted ourselves tonight. We showed a lot of good aspects to our play and played some great football. We weren't just coming here to stop Chelsea. We believe we can play." But so, what do you think about how Wrexham played overall? Do you think that I know you mentioned about them being defensive, but in terms of the threat that they pose to Chelsea, what would you have to say about that? Thought I was sharing this. I'm not sharing it. I thought I was sharing this, but I'm not. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Right. So let me go to the other one, and I'll just wait for when my tea comes back. So I thought I was sharing this before, but I wasn't. So Liam Rosenior also. Okay, let me change the layout because I don't think this is very very visible right now. Nope, I don't think that was it. What did I just do?
Okay.
What's going on here? I'm trying to find the best layout here. This is not what I wanted to do all ago. What did I done, man? What did I just do? Okay, I hope this is okay. I can't see the screen. Um, right. So
Yeah.
okay, so this says Liam Rosenior and Romeo Lavia. You can expect perfection from a player who has been out for 4 months. I mean that's true. And the first reply says he's getting to full fitness gradually. So I'm going to ask you the question about Wrexham again, but what do you think about how Romeo Lavia played? Do you agree with what Liam Rosenior said here?
I do agree. Yes, he's coming back from a long injury. He's not gonna be himself for a very long time. I think he's gonna need maybe 6, 7 games, maybe more, to really find his old form. But I think by then it will probably be too late. You know, we'll be out of I think the Premier League will be over. The season will be done. Champions League will be closing. Um, so I don't think we will get the best of him this season. And since him being back now, it's a relief. It's good. He can always come on and play 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe 45. Um, but I don't think we'll get the old Lavia. We barely saw the old Lavia anyway. With his injuries, he's consistent. He's every day. Stubborn injuries. So I don't know. I don't know with Lavia. I think he's too injury prone. Even when he's really good, you would think, you're already assuming he's gonna get injured, and then he'll be gone for months again. Um, I don't know. I don't know with Lavia. I think he's a very good player. He's one of our best midfielders. Um, and he has a lot of really high I would say really top qualities. His passes and the way he turns, he beats the press. He has a lot of attributes, but I don't know if we'll get the best of him this season. I would rather right now. I would really prefer Santos over him. I like Santos with Caicedo and Anzo. I like those guys right there as much as even
Interesting.
yeah, yeah. This what's his name? This guy hospital patient. What's his name? Uguchuku.
You mean
Is it
Dario? Or Ugochukwu?
Dario? Is it Dario? That he played
You mean the
today.
one that played today? Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
Dario. Yeah, Dario Zugo.
He's a similar profile to Lavia as well. But I don't know about his injury record. I think this is probably his longest injury. I'm not too sure. I might be mistaken. But he's back, so it's good to have him as well. But I would still not include him on the like on my list of you know midfielders that would start every game. He would not even bench Santos for me. Really, it would be Caicedo and Enzo every day, every freaking game, unless they need resting with Santos, and then Lavia and Hospital. I'm just gonna call him Hospital, man, because he has been in the hospital for too long. But yeah, I'd say yeah, Lavia, man, he's good player. But for now, I would say he would need to come in. He would have to come into the games more with caution. Really, he can't really play any longer than maybe 45 minutes. Um, but yeah, I would say bigger games like the PSG game. I think we will need it would be good to have him there, but because he's not ready, I would just prefer Santos really for the next for the relief. I would prefer Santos to be there until the end of the season, if you ask me. Um, but yeah, I do agree with Rosenior. Um, yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Um. So okay. So Rosenia has also said here that they're both correct decisions. I know it's frustrating. Any challenge that's dangerous is a dangerous challenge. And if you're offside, you're offside. It doesn't matter how small the margins are. Well, I don't know, but that's maybe it's me. I don't know. I don't know how much of Garnacho the player caught with the tackle, because I think he slightly missed him. He caught him, and then his foot just slightly passed. It was a disgraceful tackle to try to make. But I don't know. Maybe it's the angle that I saw. But I don't know. He got him, but I don't. I also think Garnacho made he overreacted, and he made the most out of the tackle. I don't know. I'm just saying that because based on what I was able to see, I didn't see it like as if he went straight in. Studs were up, yes. It's a dangerous challenge, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand the rules specifically. But I don't know. To me, just I don't know if it was actually the right decision. Well, not right decision. I don't know if it was actually a strong challenge. But it is what it is. But yeah. So what else has he said? We needed elements of luck today because Wrexham were that good. And then Liam Rosenior is complimenting Wrexham. Says Wrexham were magnificent in their energy and how brave they were in the press and how they played. Then we had to be at high level. We were pushed all the way by a very good team. Interesting for him to say that. Let's go to the other one. I'm still learning. Okay, so he's pulled the Merska. So he's saying, I'm still learning. I'm still learning what my players are capable of. I'm making decisions as I go. So he's learning on the job. We have another lit person learning on the job. Well, not that's not it. Lot. We have another lot, not lit, lot. Learning on the job. So he's learning on the job, and it's absolutely I don't know. He made him and the coaching staff made some disgraceful decisions there. I don't know what you think, my team, but do you think that he over rotated? I don't even think that's a word, but do you think he rotated too much in preparation for the PSG game? Because I think that was too much rotation, man, and we didn't even have Caicedo and Palm on the bench. It was very strange.
I think he was thinking, okay, Wrexham it's a championship team. They're probably maybe mid-table somewhere. So he was probably thinking, let me use the B team.
Mid-table.
And I think they're what fifth. No, maybe what are they? I'm not too sure. I didn't check, but I don't think they're top three. They're not going to get
No,
promoted.
they're in play. They're six in the championship. So they could get they could qualify for the Premier League because based on still they could the playoffs.
They could qualify. But I didn't really see where they were. So they have there's a potential for them to, I guess, qualify. Okay. Then I would still
It won't be easy though. It won't be easy, but they have a chance because it's
right.
You have Millwall, Ipswich Town, Hull City, and Wrexham. That's the 36. That's how it looks.
So I don't know about so Wrexham. I know they recently got promoted. I think this is the season they got promoted into the well, not this season, but the previous season it was the promotion to the championship, right? And they've
they've been coming up every year. Every year they keep getting promoted.
They've been getting promoted. So I would say I think if I were to maybe go into Rosini's shoes, I would probably say I think he was probably trying to downplay the how they would approach the game. I think that was probably his game plan. He was kind of thinking, okay, they'll try and attack us. Let me just use the my B team, and then maybe throw in Hato there and Garnacho to kind of balance it out. So I think he underestimated Wrexham in a way, and it could have really costed us today. We could have lost this game if we're honest. We could have, Wrexham could have won, and we would have been out of another cup. We're already out of the Carabao Cup. This would have been, the second exit. And with this competition, with this tournament. But yeah, I think he underestimated Wrexham. But Wrexham, really, from my perspective, they were trying to take advantage of us. They didn't come with a plan. They came with a plan, but it wasn't like, how Leeds and all these other teams, they really attack you. Like, they're not scared. They just keep coming. I didn't see that intensity from Wrexham. They just took advantage of our mistakes, and then they caught us on the counter attacks multiple times, and a few through balls, corners. They had way less positions than really have on the average. But yeah, in a way, Rosenior, I think he underestimated them. He should have probably used maybe Fofana. Probably Fofana in the center back position, and maybe used one of the senior strikers. I would have probably started with. I don't think I would start with. I wouldn't start with JOAO Pedro. I would start with maybe Mark Gui, and then bring Delap on later. I would have probably done that, or maybe use both of them until maybe the 60th minute, and then bring on JOAO Pedro for Mark Gui. Because there's things he could have done, but I don't think I know any better. I don't think I know better than the coach. But yeah, in a way, he did really underestimate Wrexham, and Wrexham, deservingly, they should have won. I think they played better in the second half than they did in the first half. But overall, I guess the best team comes up on top.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would put it. What are your thoughts?
I think Delap deserved a chance to start. Yes. But he did really. He did do something. He created the goal.
Your mic.
The goal that, of
went
course.
Away again. I don't know.
Big up, Bobby. Are you able to hear me, Bobby?
Yeah. Hello, Ty.
Okay. Good. Thank God. Because I don't know what's going on with my mic. Oh, we have to say about the game if you caught it.
Do you know what? I haven't seen the game yet. I've just been out at a family thing.
Okay, now is.
But
I can probably hear you now.
yeah, I thought I'll catch up with you guys, see how it went. I hear they gave us a little bit of a scare.
Yeah, definitely they did. They definitely did. I thought we were going to have a Barnsley moment. You remember when Barnsley eliminated Chelsea from the FA Cup? I had that feeling because they scored so late to make it 2-1 to them. And then we scored 4 minutes later thanks to Josh Achenkpong. So yeah, there was a lot of scare. And then they scored. It was ruled off. When it was 3-2, they scored to make it 3-3, but it was ruled off. And then JOAO Pedro scored to make it 4-2. So yeah, definitely there was a scare for sure.
How did they play? Bearing in mind they were like the youngsters. Well, the younger of the younger.
Well, Wrexham was really, allowing Chelsea to have the ball. Of course, we expected that. They were sitting deep, giving Chelsea the chance to have the ball. But they started to have that belief and fight, and they were pressing. And to be honest, the goals that they scored, they came from errors and poor defending. Tosin Badi and Badi Shield were a liability in that back line. was disgraceful. Hato and Hato came off. Mamadou Sarr also started. They were the brighter peer, but I don't know. At halftime and well, the start of the second half actually before it started, they decided to take off Mamadou Sarr. No, not at the start. They took off Mamadou Sarr and Hato for to bring on midfield, to bring on View, and then of course Santos came on and all that. But I don't know. The performance was very bad. In my opinion, it was very poor. We were able to save ourselves when Garnacho, which I know is good, it's kind of ironic, Bobby. Garnacho actually was very bright in terms of the goals. He actually he took the shot for the first goal. It was ruled. It was given as as our own goal, I should say, because the defender for Wrexham actually kicked into the back of the net as well. And then he got the goal to make it 3-2 as well. So not the greatest performance from him, as you know. You always say his decision making is very bad. But JOAO Pedro really came on and really helped to change the game as expected. He's been one of the more consistent players. But yeah, I mean, it was a very heavily rotated squad. Especially it was 9 changes from 9 out of 11 players that played against Aston Villa weren't starting. So it was a completely different team. Sanchez was in goal, not Jorgensen. So it was all over the place. Wrexham had a lot of belief. And especially their fans were giving them that extra push. They were like the 12th man on the field as well. But I don't know, Mikey could probably share his opinion to really give you some insights as to what happened in the game as well.
Where was Cole Palmer? Not that I expected him to start, but I hope he's okay.
Well, and that's the question that we were asking as well. I think Rosenior is saving him for the PSG game in the week, and because Caicedo wasn't on the bench either. I don't know. I don't remember if Enzo Fernandez was even on the bench too. So a lot of the players that played against Villa, they weren't in the squad. So let me just use this to see if I can check who was on the bench. Oh, okay. These are the subs. This is complicated. Right, so Enzo Fernandez wasn't on the bench. Reece James was on the bench. Chalobah was on the bench, but Caicedo and Enzo weren't in the squad. Palmer as well. Estevan Willian, according to Rosenior, he isn't fit to come back yet. But it was him trusting the youth. He had Jesse Derry on the bench, Teddy Sherman Lowe, Darius Zugo came back and he came on. So yeah. Those players weren't available, and that's why I'm saying that he got it wrong. The starting 11 was very bad. The defense, particularly, it was a very risky decision because you have 2 liability players in Tosin and Badiashile starting as centre back. It was a 3 at the back sort of situation with Mamadou Sarr on the right hand side, Tosin in the middle, and Badiashile on the left. But it was very shaky. Tosin and Badiashile were just looking at each other. They looked lost, and it was very poor. But as I said, we got lucky because Wrexham practically could have won the game if it wasn't thanks to them getting a red card as well, because went to extra time, got a red card at the 93rd minute of added time. So I don't know, it was just all over the place, man.
You say Asugo came on?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and he did well. He got
I think the reason.
Is it my connection or I'm not hearing Mighty?
Okay. I thought you were still talking. I think
Oh.
I think because of can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think the reason with the whole team was really the performance was lacking is because, like you mentioned, we had Badiashile and Tosin who are just liabilities, and then in midfield we had Lavia who's now coming back from a long injury, and then you have Santos there. So it was a two-man midfield pretty much, and I don't think Santos and Lavia have played that well together. And then you have, I think, Pedro's playing the 10 role. I think he was kind of coming in and out. Um, but I think a lot of it, a lot of this today's poor performance comes from just players not being very familiar with each other. The B team not being they're not on the same peripheral. They don't see each other as much on the same wavelength, and it's I think a lot of it is just experience and just familiarity, and also I'm sure this is tactics as well, formations. Those two things come to play as well. They decide games, performances. So I wouldn't really you know down like I wouldn't knock this performance. I wouldn't say, oh, today was really terrible, just horrible. I wouldn't say that. It was a bad performance, and I'll probably just stop at that. I wouldn't really say, oh, we really were just awful. It's not like our strongest 11 were on the pitch. It was really 90% the B team, and I expect them to be sloppy and full of mistakes, and especially against Wrexham, who are they have. I think most of their players were all mostly the A team. I think. Surely, I'm sure. Maybe 11. Yeah, I think they used most of their main players, the strongest 11.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't really, use harsh words like, oh, just horrible, terrible performance, whack, shit. It was a bad performance from the B team, and you have Pedro who's out of form, pretty much useless, and then you have uh, those two centre backs with Tosin and Badishile. And you know what you'll do with those two, and then you have Sanchez, and I don't really rate Sanchez. He's a good shot stopper, but that's not to be a top goalkeeper. You need to have more attributes than stopping shots. And a lot of times fans they use the argument, "Oh, he's a good shot stopper, but he's a goalkeeper. He has to do more than that. You should be to play for Chelsea. He has to have a lot of other things coming into play." So yeah, you have Sanchez there, those two bozo centre backs, and then a midfield who are really trying to make something happen there. And it's actually a miracle we won today. We somehow we really luckily we should have never won, but luck, I guess. But I'll just pass it over to pass it back to you.
Yeah, I mean that's the reality. Blue Line Chelsea saying we will smash PSG. They're too open in the field. Well, I don't know. I think they lost to Monaco. Did they lose to Monaco? I think I saw something about them losing to Monaco. Um, yeah, they lost 3-1 to Monaco yesterday. So it's not looking good, and they look like they could end up bottling the league as well because Lens is 4 points behind them now. And they have a game. They're playing I think tomorrow. Yeah, they're playing tomorrow, Lens. So it's not looking good for PSG. PSG have been very poor recently. So and it's
I,
crazy too
I
because
don't think I don't think we can be talking like that. They'll be highly motivated for this game after the
How do
Club
you
World Cup. So
what do you think of how do you think Sar played? The
wait, hold
young
on.
the new
Let Bobby
signing
finish what he's saying first. Let
Sar,
Bobby finish what
the
he's
centre
saying
back.
first. Let Bobby finish what he's saying first.
no, I was saying, they'll be highly motivated for this game. We
Yeah.
can't. I don't think we can be talking like that. Um, they have very good players, a lot of motivation. So we just need to forget about what they're doing, what they haven't done. We just need to make sure that when we go to the Paris Stadium, we must be at our A plus game because they will bring their A plus game.
Sorry. You're saying about Sar. Mighty. I mean, Blue Line shows he's very confident. I'm not sure where that confidence came from. If anything, I would not be confident after this performance, but it really shows that we can't even rotate and not have the struggles that we have, which we knew before. It's a problem that has existed before Rosenior. But Mighty was asking about Sar. I think Sar was one of the, as I said, he was one of the brighter of the centre backs that actually played. Because to be fair, we played actually 5 centre backs at the back, or 5 centre backs in the defense. Because Josh Achimpong is a centre back, but he can play as a right back. You had Hatso, who is a centre back who can also play as a left back. And then you have then of course you have Tosin, Badia Shield, Mamadou Sarr. So that is the case. But I think Sarr in terms of his distribution, he looked more confident on the ball. He was doing way better early, winning duels and everything. The problem is we've lost Mighty, but and Blue Line Shows was asking Mighty some questions, but I guess I can ask Bobby because I don't think the question is one that is just for Mighty, anyways. But Blue Line Shows he's saying if Chelsea lose to PSG over 2 legs, I will retire. Chelsea will never lose to PSG. Wow, you're very confident, Blue Line Chelsea. I wish I had your level of confidence. I don't know where the confidence is coming from, but Bobby, what do you think would be the best form of action in terms of for that PSG game? Because I hope you saw the Aston Villa game at least, and probably could have seen what the errors were. What would you say would be necessary against PSG?
For me, I will be relying on Rosenior's knowledge of PSG. I'm not really looking at their bad games. I would just look at their capabilities and keep to a match plan that deals with their capabilities. They will remember what happened in the summer, and they'll try not to repeat that mistake. So, we need to be very aware of that and look for their weaknesses in terms of their personnel and in terms of their general positional play. They move the ball very efficiently. Our midfield is strong, so that's a good point because their strength is the midfield. They're good at pressing. I don't know if they will risk the high press that they did at the Club World Cup, but we need to be prepared for anything and come with our very, very, very best game. Are we capable of winning? Yeah, of course we are. But it's not something that we should go there thinking of any kind of undue advantage or anything. And I don't think Rosenior will because he knows them well and he knows what they're capable of. He played against them with Strasbourg. So I'm hoping that his knowledge of them and the French league will help us.
I'm saying, Blue Line Chelsea's saying, Bobby, will you say in the Club World Cup it was a mistake? It was mistakes from PSG, or it was a masterclass from Maresca and the boys? So that question is towards you.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that the Club World Cup final was a masterclass. It was an excellent performance. But in football, you're only as good as your next game. That was in the summer. It's past now. So we're coming up against another version of the same team, and we have to be ready to overcome whatever is put in front of us.
Okay. All right. So, Mighty, I asked Bobby the question, and I'll ask you the same. So I was asking him, what, considering what you saw today and also against Aston Villa, what do you think is necessary against PSG to get a win and to have the best performance?
Okay, I think if we replicate the same strategy same game plan we pulled against Barcelona at Stamford Bridge. If we do the exact same,
Sorry, just a minute, guys. I'll be back. Just 1 minute.
okay,
All right, no problem.
if we are able to replicate uh, uh, that game plan, I think we should be able to beat PSG. We just need to raise the standards, the intensity, and keep attacking. The one thing that concerns me is I've noticed it really recently. Every time we score, if it's 1-1 or 2-2, and if we get the winner, and there's maybe 15 minutes left from the game, somehow the team they turn off, like they switch off. They don't want to go for a fourth goal. They don't want to keep up. They don't want to keep the intensity, which is not good because they opening themselves up for an equalizer instead of it's like you can win the game, keep attacking, go get the fourth goal so you can have a 2 goal cushion. But now it's like, okay, we got the winning goal. It's 2-1 or 3-2. We can rest now. We can just pass, pass, pass. I think that mentality, that thing, whatever that is, if if that comes back, and let's say we go two goals up, 2-0 in the first half against PSG, and we turn off, and PSG come back from come in, get us in the second half, then you know what I mean. It's like you'll be susceptible to losing games like that, and I've noticed it recently. Really, they just turn off. So as long as they can avoid that and just stay switched on, we should be able to beat PSG. I would say I would even give ourselves a 4-1 or 4-2 scoreline.
Fair enough. I have this question. So hopefully Bobby joins back before I end the stream. And I'm gonna just machine probably for about 25 more minutes. Um, but my next question to you, Mighty, is considering what you saw, and maybe I don't know, who do you think will be starting against PSG in the week? Do you think it's gonna be Jurgensen or will it be Sanchez? I almost said Kepa. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Maybe you maybe you like Kepa or something.
Oh
Maybe
no, I
Kepa
don't know
maybe
what.
Kepa.
I'm looking at the Arsenal result, and he started for them. That's why I think that's why I almost said Kepa. Yeah.
I think Jurgensen will start because he was supposed
Mm.
to play today, but he played against Villa. So I think this is basically it. I can already see the blueprint. I can see the script. I think Rosenior dropped Sanchez. I think Sanchez is no longer the number one goalkeeper. I think Jurgensen now is has taken over, and I think Jurgensen will start against PSG. And so, and I would like, and I actually like that idea. I prefer Jurgensen. He needs to be given time and excuses because
Mm.
people seem to create excuses for Sanchez all the time. Every time he fumbles things, costs us against Arsenal. You know what I mean? Just there's weirdness. People create excuses for him. Oh, he made a save. Oh, he did this. I need the same energy for Jurgensen. Keep the same energy. Jurgensen is not. He's not. SHIT. He's not that horrible. He might be uh, not as good as Sanchez, but I would give Jurgensen a chance. I would give him a clean slate, and hopefully he starts against PSG, and we don't see Sanchez. I don't want to see that guy and his Bambi legs. We don't want to see him. I don't want to see that guy. So hopefully Rosinia keep the same 11 from the Aston Villa match. Um, I would prefer Sar with Fofana, but we will probably see Chalaba and Fofana. Um, but yeah, man. Hope we win. It's gonna be a very tough game. Jurgensen starts every day for me.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Big up to Tobago. Says up big. Big up to Blue Line Chelsea as well. I didn't say big up before. I skipped something because I saw Tobago. So it says, I think Chelsea will win both legs, home and away. Chelsea's another level beast. Wow. Wrexham, Leeds, Brentford are more difficult games than playing against the low Nazi style of PSG. Wow, that's a
Blue
big
Line.
statement. A very big statement for Blue Line Chelsea.
That's funny. Next level beast.
Wow.
Wow. He's very confident, Blue Line.
Wow. Very confident. I wish I had this level of confidence right now. I'm not sure why he's so confident.
I think the 4-1 against Aston Villa, maybe. He's drunk on that result. Sometimes whenever Chelsea, they have that tendency where they play really well and they give you the best of the best. You get so much confidence and aura from one game, one good game, and then the next game they just turn into the worst team ever. So Charity FC, Charity FC is always around the corner.
Yeah, I'm shocked, but interesting. I'm looking at the poll. I put out a poll to see what people have to say about the possibility of a change in goalkeeper against PSG. So do we have 4 votes so far? 75% here says Jurgensen should start with PSG, and 25% says Sanchez. And Mighty says he thinks Jurgensen is going to be the number one going forward. We'll have to see what happens. I know for a fact that Jurgensen is slightly better than Sanchez in terms of distribution. He's more comfortable with the ball at his feet. Let me say it that way. He's more comfortable with the ball at his feet than Sanchez is. Sanchez, although he did have some shaky moments against Villa, but he doesn't shy away from taking risky passes and delaying and before making the pass because he has that belief. But shot stopping is the issue. And people always say it. The problem with Sanchez is that he's a good shot stopper, but he can't pass the ball out from the back. And I mean, I remember Rosenior saying about Sanchez that he'll take the blame for the fact that Sanchez made some errors. I think it was early on when Rosenior came in because he asked him to do something that he hasn't done before, which is to play out from the back, or to try to go over the top, I should say. So, if you remember with Maresca said that if Sanchez does that, he's going to drop him. So, distribution is the biggest issue with Sanchez. Sanchez can give you a good pass at the same time, but at the same time, he can also make some shaky decisions and make some costly decisions. But Blue Line Chelsea saying that Chelsea reject Lucian Week to lose against Sir Liam after being dissipated by wow. Okay, Blue Line Chelsea is very confident. This type of language is crazy. Chelsea reject Luis Enrique to lose against Sir Liam after being dissipated by Maresca. Oh my word. Oh my word.
Wow. I want to know.
I wish I had his confidence, man. I wish I had his confidence.
What did he drink? Blue Line, can you comment? Tell us, what did you drink today or what did you eat? So I can also eat the same thing and have your confidence.
Tobago is saying, and he said essentially similar to what I just said a while ago. He says Philip Jorgensen is good with his feet, but not a good shot stopper. And Robert Sanchez the other way around. So I hope Liam Rosenior knows what he's doing. I mean, that's true. That's true.
It's the
other way around. Yeah, 100%. It's the reciprocal. So I hope he does know what he's doing. It's PSG. I know he has PSG's number. I think he beat them once and then he drew with them at one last season. I'm trying to remember. Let me check this out. Strasbourg versus PSG 2025. Because I'm sure I saw them. Strasbourg drew with them 3-3 and they also won 3-1. That would have been Rosenior. Let me check for 2024. So PSG won. Okay, so PSG defeated Strasbourg 4-2 in October of that season. So yeah, so Rosenior knows how to get the better of them. So what is this? So okay, so Blue Line Chelsea says Blue Line vodka powered by UCL Knights. Wow. And respect Enzo Resco, we will fight. Tobago having that to say. All right, so he lost one and draw. Yeah, so yeah, Tobago's the right person to answer that because he does the Blue Co shows on the Kulu shows as well. So he watches Strasbourg games more than perhaps I would have had the chance to. But I do remember that his record was lost one and draw. So he could go anyway. We could lose tomorrow. I'm saying tomorrow. We could lose against PSG or they face them in the week. And then or we could draw and then we could win in the return leg. So it's there's no certainty, but I know he's in the last two games that he had against him, it was a draw and a win. Or the other way around. I don't remember. I just looked at it and I forgot already. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I know it was a draw and a win in the last two games. So it was a win and a draw in October of 2025. So yeah. I hope Bobby returns before I end the stream because Bobby said he was going to return. But let me see. But I'm happy that at least we have two people in the chat to really try to extend the conversations slightly. But JOAO Pedro, what do you have to say about JOAO Pedro, Mighty? Do you think he's gonna get to 20 goals in the Premier League? He's 2 away from getting 20 goals overall. But do you think he'll get to 20 goals in the Premier League to break that record that we last had with Tammy Abraham in 2019-20?
I think so. Yes, I believe it. I hope he does it. And he's not. And you know the what's outstanding about this is JOAO Pedro is not even a striker. He's a false nine. He's he always played in the 10 position. But he comes to Chelsea, plays as a false nine, and boom, he's scoring goals, assisting, linking play, dropping. He's doing a lot of things. Who would have thought, right? Like, I mean, I was thinking, oh, he's gonna be playing as a 10. I'm like, oh, he's gonna be replacing Palmer. He's gonna be Palmer's second-hand man. Like replacement for Palmer. Whenever Palmer's not there, he would. That was what I was thinking. Whenever we signed him, but Club World Cup. That's when I realized, wow, this guy has there's a baller here. There's actually something with this, with JOAO Pedro. There's a talent here, and I think he can get a lot more than 20 goals. He looks like a 30 GA kind of player. He plays like one, and hopefully he continues on this form. We need him against PSG, really. Honestly, I don't know where the goals will come from. If he's not there to score goals, I'm not too sure who's gonna score goals. I don't see anyone else. I don't think Pedro Neto is gonna score. Maybe Garnacho comes on second half. Palmer, give or take, he's been in and out. His form is, how his form is. It's not the Palmer from last season or the season before. It's not the same Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. JOAO Pedro has to turn up tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Against PSG next week.
Yeah.
Honestly, if he's not there, we will probably draw the first leg or lose. That's my conclusion. But yeah, I hope he keeps up this form, keeps scoring goals. Yeah.
Blue Line Chelsea has this question for you. He says, Mighty, what can Luis Enrique do to beat Chelsea? Is there anything he can do to have a 10% chance? A 10% chance, wow, to win. Any plan you can think of? Because there's none. Oh my word. Blue Line Chelsea is way too confident for my liking. I don't like this.
This is the toxic positivity they warned us about. Blue Line is on the toxic positivity. We have to stay level-headed. Luis Enrique, he's a treble winner. The only trophy he hasn't won is the one against us in the Club World Cup.
Well, he's not even a treble winner. He's what would you call that? He won more. He won everything in that year. Last year, the Club World Cup. He's not even quad. He won like 8 trophies, I think, or something, or 7.
He won a lot.
Yeah.
And he has the same squad, really. I don't think he lost any big players from his original squad. I think there's one midfielder who's gonna miss the first leg. He's one of their starters. I'm not sure what his name is. But Enrique, he's a tactician. He's the top coach. You can never underestimate him. You can never underestimate PSG, and we can never be too confident. I don't like being too arrogant, and unfortunately, Blue Line, it looks like you're high on your you're on a high horse somewhere, and we need to stay level-headed with this, because we have to. I would say maybe first leg. If the same Chelsea shows up, the same Chelsea from the Barcelona game shows up, I think we'll win the first leg by 3-4 goals. But if we see the same Chelsea from the Arsenal game, then I think why even bother with the second leg? Have you noticed how we played against Arsenal? And I think we had everyone. Estevao was probably the only one who was not available for the second time. No, he was there for the first leg, for the first. I think we drew with Arsenal the first time, but we would not. Reece was available. A lot of the senior. I think only Lavia was unavailable for that game, and we didn't do nothing. Arsenal were, we couldn't do anything. We couldn't score, no goals. Arsenal scored 1 goal, and that was enough. So hopefully that team doesn't show up against PSG. As much as good as it looks on paper, Reece, Fofana, Cucurella, whatever, Hato, it looks beautiful on paper. But can it translate? Into goals? We'll have to see. So that's why I say, don't be too confident. Just hope we win. Give a positive prediction, and that's about it. Really, that's all I can say.
I don't think he answered this question though, because he was asking what can Luis Enrique do to beat Chelsea. What would you say you would need to do? Because the following question is, what tactics have you seen deployed by Luis? I haven't seen any. Just running and pressing with a defined strategy. Is that what you call a tactician? So he's asking what would Luis Enrique need to do specifically
to beat Chelsea? Oh, it's he can probably replicate the same tactics he uses to beat teams, or he can just we're weak when it comes to centre backs. Really, Chalobah, Fofana, they have weaknesses. If they can run through that easy. Corners, they can easily take us out with corners. We're poor when it comes to corners. We concede a lot of corners. Free kicks, counter-attacks. There's a lot of things you can do to beat us. But I don't watch PSG. I don't know exactly what he will do. I can't tell you. There's no way. But we have weaknesses, and he can exploit. He can exploit them. It's easy to exploit. Man United, they had the worst season ever, and they're above us. So what does that tell you? They're weak. We're very weak. This team, there's weaknesses in our team. So I think Lewis has maybe 40-50% chance of beating us. Not just 10%.
Oh my gosh. 10%. Can you imagine? 10%. Bro. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right. So not sure what's going on. I'm gonna look at the poll again to see in terms of, because I want to end this poll now. So 6 votes on the poll. Who should start versus PSG? 77. What am I saying? 67% says Jorgensen and 33% says Sanchez. So Sanchez is not even the favorite. So we've had a small sample size. And then Blue Blue Line Chelsea is saying your 2 cents. Tyrone, your 2 cents, please. Well, the thing is, I could use what you said, Blue Line Chelsea, against you. And not in a attacking way, but essentially to use the fact that when Chelsea have been pressed a lot, we're not press resistant, and the reality is, what tactics that Lewis could, of course, try to deploy. It could be that whole, high pressing, the same running that you're talking about can work against Chelsea, because we don't know what 11 we're going to be able to field. We probably Palmer will be starting, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, and of course you can probably see the return of Correa and James. But the pressing is the issue, because the centre backs are not press resistant. If you press them, they can make a mistake. Chalobah has the bozo gene. I love to use that word, the bozo gene. Wesley Fofana has the bozo gene as well. And he's also a very shaky defender as well. So what they can do, so you can look at what Monaco did against PSG and say that yes, they were able to get the better of them, and there's a lot of running and a lot of pressing. But the reality is, when Chelsea have tried to do the exact same thing, we've been able to find a solution. So in a sense, I can understand why you're saying it, but I'm looking at the fact that PSG could, of course, target the players that have the weaknesses, the pressing, the lack of press resistance. Those players could, of course, be costly against PSG. That's the reality. So as much as I do believe that we can win against PSG, but I'm not as confident as you. That's the only difference. You're saying they have a 10%. I would say that there's a 40% chance at least that PSG wins, which means basically saying that I think Chelsea are most likely going to win. But I wouldn't say 10%. 10% is too small of a possibility. I wouldn't say it's 50-50. Because we do have certain players that know how to beat PSG. We have Rosenior, who has history against PSG and has been able to find a solution against PSG. So that gives me the confidence that we can find a way. But Luis Enrique's running and pressing, as you say, it has worked against teams before, like Real Madrid in the Club World Cup. The pressing really got given the ball away to Dembele, things like that. So the reality is that we use the same moves that they used against everybody else in the Club World Cup to beat them in the Club World Cup final. And of course, they were tired. This time they'll be tired as well, but it won't be at the same level as perhaps they were in the Club World Cup, with the heat and everything. But looking at what you're saying here, it says creating a numeric advantage in the midfield and pressing them, shocked them, and they had no answer. What? We can do the same. Yeah, but we don't have the same players available fully. We don't have the same performances from those players. Cole Palmer has been very poor. I would say poor, or he's been very mid in terms of recent performances. His decision making has been not the same. He's not taking shots the same way he used to. His passing or delayed. No, he's not making the passes he used to make. Pedro Neto was doing way better in the Club World Cup. No, he's not doing the exact same thing. He's doing the defensive work still, yes, but his passing is still going astray. He's giving the ball away as well. So it's not like the Club World Cup final. That was months ago. So much things has changed. We have a different manager. Levi Cole is out for the season. We don't even have that pairing of centre backs for the final. So from the final, I should say. So the reality is, it's not the same team. It's not the same. It's just we have similar players. JOAO Pedro is probably in form still, so he can probably do the same thing that he did against them. But the reality is, with the players are not at the same level that they were in a Club World Cup final. And as you said, mistakes is what helped us to beat PSG back then as well. So if they don't make those same mistakes, and if Luis Enrique is planning to prepare for the match and to plan for it, I do believe that he's going to try to iron out those things. That's just me trying to use a level head and looking at a different perspective as well. So you're saying same. It's not the one season wonder PSG from last season. They even had to play the qualifier to be here. Yes, that is true. That is the reality. But don't forget that we also came very close. We had to save it for the last day to get to qualification. So it's not like we were miles ahead of them in terms of the Champions League group stage qualification or the league phase qualification. But I get what you mean. As I said, I do agree that we will be able to win against PSG. I just want to say 10%. That's just my opinion. You're very confident. I wish I had your confidence. But I do believe that Luis Enrique has a point to prove, and he wants to prove it wrong. So he may overthink it. That's a possibility. That's always a possibility. Rosenior could also overthink it as well. So I think the match will be decided by 1 goal. I would say like a 2-1 and all of that. But yeah, so we've lost Mighty. Bobby hasn't rejoined yet. I did say I was going to end in 25 minutes, and we're just about 30 seconds away from the 25 minutes concluding. So I don't know if you have anything else you want to ask Blue Line Chelsea. If not, then I'll just end the stream. Yeah, because as you people know, I have a wrestling channel, and I'm supposed to start that stream in 30 minutes. So I need to take a breather in between before I go on to do that wrestling stream. So Mighty's back. Any final words from you, Mighty?
I'm sorry. What was the question? I just came back and my connection keeps.
No, just any final question, because I'm gonna round off. So anything else you want to say about the game, PSG game in the week, anything?
Oh no, I don't have anything else to add. I would. The only thing I would say is hopefully, these players turn up against PSG. We've been wanting to be in top 4, so we can be in this exact position we're in right now. This exact situation, this circumstance, playing teams like PSG, Bayern, all these bigger teams. That's the whole reason we wanted top 4. That's the whole reason we want top 4 every freaking season. So losing to PSG would be really, all the effort just down the drain. All of last season trying to get top 4, going out the window because we lost to PSG. PSG knocked us out. It's not even Bayern or Madrid. It's not those teams, because it's okay to lose to those teams and just get knocked out by them because they're really way better teams. Well, historically they've been in the competition for forever, and they've won it so many times. It's understandable. You can lose to them. You can get knocked out by them. But getting knocked out by PSG, it would be very unacceptable. I think a lot of people will start to turn on Rosenior, and you will see a lot of hate on Twitter, Instagram, all over social media. They'll be attacking Rosenior, and I'll be the first one to defend Rosenior if we somehow, hopefully we don't, but if we lose to PSG, I'll be the first one to really back Rosenior, regardless of what happens, because that's how much I believe in his tactics and what he's bringing to the table. I know these players, I know what he can get from them, and I know what these players cannot do. Like, I know what they're good at and what they're not, because I've been watching them longer than Rosenior. So that said, hopefully we'll win, and we take this to our next game.
Yeah. So Blue Line Chelsea saying not hopefully. PSG needs to play the best game in the last 20 years to beat us over 2 legs. Wow. Over 20 years. My word. We just need to show and play a game to win. And yes, I'm here and I will come to get my flowers. Okay, we'll see. We shall see. I'm sure we all want Chelsea to win, and I'm sure I don't know. I can't speak for my team, but I'm sure he does believe that there's a possibility that we beat PSG. You say that you're 90% sure that we will win, and you say 10, and there's a 10% chance that they will. So PSG will win. So interesting. But thank you very much for joining my team. I was hoping Bobby would join so he could give his final thoughts. Hopefully he doesn't join when I'm about to end the stream. But thank you very much as well, Blue Line Chelsea. Big up to Tobago once again for just stopping by. Once more, big up to Bobby. Thank you for tuning in as well. And we'll see what happens in the week against PSG. So thank you, Tyrone and Mighty. Big up Blue Line Chelsea. But that's it from me. Cheers and up the Chelsea.
Clear the tunnel. Check the steps. The clock is ticking.